Did Dana White drop the ball with the UFC 300 lineup? As Conor McGregor famously declared, "I don't tap, I nap." The biggest night in UFC history is almost here. But did Dana White really put together a fight card worthy of the monumental UFC 300 event? Let's break it down, but you'll have to watch until the end to see my final verdict. Renato Moicano versus Jalin Turner. Moicano, riding a 4-1 hot streak, is fresh off outclassing Drew Dober after a long layoff. The jiu-jitsu ace looked razor sharp, but Turner provides an acid test. The rangy banger just brutalized Bobby Green, cracking that granite chin to snap a 2-fight skid. When Turner's hands are hot, he's a headshot heater from hell. Both men are honorable mention rankings threats in one of the UFC's terrifying talent pools. On paper, it shapes up as an epic grappler versus striker clash of styles, if Moicano can get inside Turner's kicks to initiate his mastery on the mat. Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. This one has been in the works for nearly a decade, but injuries and circumstances kept derailing it from time and time again. First scheduled way back in 2014, then rebookings in 2021 and 2022 all fell through. But now, for UFC's monumental 300th show, Miller and Green will at last get to throw down in Las Vegas on April 13th. It's the fourth time this All-American scrap has been set, but there's little doubt these two warriors will make it worth the wait. Miller, the 40-year-old legend from New Jersey, is coming off an impressive submission over Gabriel Benitez just last weekend. The crafty vet is still racking up highlights. As for Green, the 37-year-old from California has been red dot himself with a 33-second KO over Grant Dawson and a submission over Tony Ferguson in 2023 alone. But he got caught last time out by Jalin Turner's dynamite fists. With combined records of 68 to 32 to 2 with 2 no contests, the experience and grit between these two is unmatched. Zhang Weili versus Xiaonan. Zhang versus Yan for the strawweight strap has been long awaited and is undoubtedly one of the best fights that could have been made for this milestone event. While some fans may have wanted to see this title fight take place in China, having it in Las Vegas on a big US pay-per-view makes perfect sense from a promotional standpoint. The time zone will be much better for American audiences as well. Looking at the styles, we could be in for an absolute war. Zhang is the more patient and technical striker, utilizing a diverse array of tools. But when Yan is on, she's a ferocious finisher with fight-ending power in her hands. On the ground is where it gets really interesting. Yan was spectacularly dominated by Carla Esparza's wrestling previously. If Zhang can consistently get the fight to the mat, she'll have a big disadvantage. But I expect Yan's takedown defense to be vastly improved after that setback. Neither fighter is one to typically go up the full 25 minutes. Zhang struggled a bit against the durable Amanda Lemos, but Yan put Jessica Andrade to sleep last time out. I don't foresee this one going to a decision either way. While Zhang may be the more well-rounded mixed martial artist, Yan's fight-ending capabilities make this a genuinely difficult one to call. It has all the makings of an epic battle. Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. On one hand, fans are salivating over the guaranteed violence, but on the other, there's genuine concern for the well-being of fan favorite Max Holloway. Let's break it down. Holloway is a volume striker extraordinaire. His boxing is slick with a fantastic jab and a mastery of range and distance. However, he tends to get hit more than necessary, almost welcoming damage and relying too much on his iron chin. Against a monster like Gaethje, that could prove disastrous. Gaethje is no longer just a brawler. His striking has become extremely technical over the years. He has great defensive skills, devastating counters, and bricks for hands. His wrestling pedigree also can't be ignored, even if he prefers to strike. If he can stop Holloway's movement with crippling low kicks, it could spell trouble. The key for Holloway is to avoid Gaethje's biggest shots through footwork and volume. He'll need to consistently pepper the ultra-tough Gaethje, grinding him down while staying defensively responsible. One big Gaethje bomb could change everything. On the other hand, Holloway's precise timing and placement could catch Gaethje clean for a stunned KO or TKO finish. It doesn't always come down to who hits hardest. Ultimately, while I'm incredibly excited, I am worried we could witness another Ferguson vs. Gaethje level of brutality against the beloved Holloway. I'm leaning 55-45 towards Gaethje, but you can never count out the Hawaiian's heart and skills. Holloway likes to test himself, which is why we love him. But this stylistic clash favors Gaethje's aggression and power. I just hope Max can stick and move, fight perfectly, and avoid too much damage from the highlights' brutal strikes. Other matches in the card. Undefeated Bo Nickal, Penn State wrestling legend, collides with Cody Brundage in a meteoric rise. Nickal's blistering 38-second KO over Val Woodburn last July sets the stage for another electrifying performance. The lightweight battle royale pits former champ Charles Oliveira against surging Armand Tsarukyan for the #1 contender spot. Oliveira's vicious comeback KO of Beneil Dariush merits respect, but Tsarukyan's 64-second demolition of Dariush can't be overlooked. Fireworks await as bantamweight king Aljamain Sterling defends against Calvin Kattar's relentless striking. In the light heavyweight division, Prochazka and Alexander Rakic collide in a bone-crushing war. The strawweight hostilities reignite as former champions Jessica Andrade and Marina Rodriguez renew their fierce rivalry. Plus, Kayla Harrison challenges MMA legend Holly Holm in a crossover spectacle. The card's been called out for lacking fan-favorite fights, and yes, 3 WMA bouts might not be everyone's cup of tea. But let's talk about the showstopper, the main event. Alex Pereira vs. Jamahal Hill is a stylistic banger. The champ with knockout power versus the sniper looking to reclaim his throne. This one came out of nowhere after months of speculation. How did we end up here? Pereira was initially targeted for UFC 301 in May against an unnamed foe, but then Hill, just 9 months removed from a ruptured Achilles, got the surprise call for the big dance on just 1 day's notice. A solid fight, no doubt, but a letdown for those dreaming of Conor's return, John Jones' comeback, or the Izzy Pereira grudge match. With so many current and former champs on the card, it's stacked. But that earth-shattering main event Dana teased? Not quite. Still, you can't blame Hill for taking this opportunity and payday. And Pereira's a game fighter who'd rematch a grizzly if asked. Health is the biggest concern after such a quick Achilles recovery for the challenger. Here's why Hill might just pull off the upset. First, his speed could be a nightmare for Pereira. Remember how Izzy handled him? Similar situation. Second, that southpaw stance throws a whole wrench into Pereira's usual game. Third, let's be honest, Pereira ain't getting any younger. He's 36, folks. But don't count Pereira out just yet. That dude's chin has surprised everyone, taking some serious shots. Plus, Hill's coming off an injury, so there's a chance for some ring rust. My prediction? Hill by early knockout. His speed and southpaw stance will be the key. Pereira might land a big shot, but Hill's gonna be in his face throwing combinations, and that southpaw could be the difference. Did Dana hit it out of the park, or whiff on making UFC 300 an absolute must-see spectacular?